Hello and welcome to the Epic Terraforming tutorial part 1. So what I'm going to start with here for the base is the water level. Then I'm going to add some blending options to it, which is basically just a bevel. It's an outer bevel and it's going downward. Which is a little contrary to common sense. A lot of people would bevel the ground up and have the water below the ground, but I actually do it in reverse, and I'll show you why in just a second. So then we'll take a nice blue color like such and fill it, and we'll create a land layer below the water layer, and we're going to erase the land out of the water like so. Just get all that erasing in there. And then maybe we'll add some islands in there or something. So, and maybe a small island. Alright. And then the brush I like to use is it's this brush right here. It's like a hard, grainy brush. And we want to select a neutral sort of beige color for filling in the ground. And then the background color we're going to want like a brown, maybe a dark brown. And then what we want to do is add some color dynamics to this particular brush. Let me just move over here. And we'll add color dynamics in the foreground background jitter, which is going to sort of alternate between these two colors with 25%, and then add a little bit of hue or other stuff. You can just play around with those settings. So we'll move back. Then we'll use this brush on the land, and the reason why I have the water above the land is because I can just sort of get sloppy with this brush. I'm doing most of the painting work on the land, so I have this water area above it, which just kind of acts like a guide. So I actually see some water sticking out there, so I'm just going to erase it. Here, 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 here. As you can see with the land, it has, when the jittering effect is applied, it has sort of like a randomization. It gives it a little bit of texture. You can change the size of the brush to get different size randomization in there. You can also, I tend to go over it with a little bit less opacity to kind of smooth it out a little bit. That helps as well. And one final thing I'll do to the land is I'll go to the filter, texture, texturizer, and then I'll give it a sandstone effect. And I'll keep the scaling at, I like to keep it at 1, because anything more kind of looks like some sort of stucco wall or something, so I like to keep it at 1. And then the scaling just depends on the zoom level that you're kind of working with. So right now I'll just keep it at, I don't know, maybe we'll keep it at around 100 or so. So that is how I do the base of the land. And this concludes part 1, and now on to part 2.